Welcome back
Recording.
to Total Party Kill. It's me, Tony Sindelar, he, him, Dungeon Master, or am I? I'm kind of a something else today because today we are playing Revenge of the Kobolds. I am controlling not the dungeon, but a set of heroes, a set of adventures that you just want to see prosper and survive and be successful in the world today. Our players are kobolds, filthy, hideous monsters who have laid despicable traps in their den, preparing a dungeon, if you will, that they have mastered for me in preparation. Allow me to introduce the just filthy scum of the earth I've collected to be the scaly inhabitants of this lair. First up, Kathy Campbell.
Hi, Tony. My pronouns are she, her, and my character Kobold is Dadi, with a rat minion named Princess. And hey, Tony, I want to make a really long, bad lizard joke, but I don't want it to drag on.
Oh, I'm just going to move on to our next player. It's James Thompson. Hello, James.
Hello. I am playing Jesto Ohmsman, who is the artificer and general. I think he's the only one who knows how all these traps work. And yes, he has his wonderful little squirrel, Pesto. Mm-hmm. Pesto has more of a job than any of us, really, because Pesto is the trap master.
Next up, it's Steve Lutz.
Hello. I am playing the Dread Warlock Yubnub. Fun fact, Yubnub is Draconic for dumb celebration.
Why do they have a word for that? It's a family name.
Celebration and dumb are both things that people commonly say, so it makes perfect sense. I mean, my parents were, they were
hippies
partying after a big win.
I get it. And they were probably from some.
They didn't want a kid, so
possibly a forest moon. Yeah.
And I'll be adventuring today with my pet rat Wicket.
Oh, reference acknowledged. Moving on, it's Annette Wierstra.
Hello, I am playing Sneck. I am probably don't remember where all the traps are because I'm a fighter and I'm better at fighting than planning and knowing things. And yes, Sneck's pronouns are they, them, and I am a she, her.
And last but certainly not least, it's Aline Sims. Welcome back, Aline.
Hello, my pronouns are she, her. I am playing Zess Nix, the cleric. Pronouns they, them, and their rat Tess, whose pronouns are unknown at this time.
All right. In our previous previous episode, you spent a solid hour deploying traps, buying lots of cost.
For the record, we did not deploy the traps. We placed them. They did not explode yet.
Okay, sorry. Arranging traps.
There we go.
We put a lot of barrels in place without looking at them.
Yeah, a lot of interior decorating. Truly the stuff of legends. And I have rolled one die to determine where my adventures are going to start. I have set up a turn order for the adventures. Why are they hidden? Interesting question. Have I done this wrong somehow? Possibly.
There they are.
They appeared.
Okay. Do you see all of them?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting. Okay. So they are all there, as are you. You will need an initiative later, but not yet. So, as introduced last episode, our adventures include, I'll list them this time in initiative order, Dink, the halfling rogue, Dogran, the charismatic dragonborn fighter, Ogden, the pious dwarven cleric, Zedric, the mystical Eladrin wizard, and Rena of the Woods, a half-elf or elven ranger? Elven ranger. They are also, because it's a D&D adventure, they have Zedric has a pet owl, Rena has a pet wolf, and they also have 4 henchmen accompanying them. So,
what are their names?
I named them The name of the wolf is Seraphim. The name of the owl is Cora. The 4 henchmen are Barnabas, Marion, Justice, and Hubert. There you go.
How can we tell them
have a
apart on the
bulleted
map?
list.
You need to rename them. On the
Those are the orders in which they will die. Until they die, they are nameless. That is what you've driven me to. All right. So I have no idea if this is going to take us 15 minutes or an hour to have the adventurers wander through your kobold cave system, slaying your friends and family, and thus creating the impetus for you as other kobolds to take revenge. But I will rely on you to help me out with figuring out the effects of your various traps and whatnot. For our listeners, there are 2 entrances to the kobold den. I have placed Dogran, Ogden, and Rena at the left or west entrance. They have 2 henchmen with them who think that their main job is to carry gold home. Good luck with that. At the east or right entrance, I have placed Dink, Zedric, and 2 more henchmen. And, there's an owl and a wolf there as well. Let me just check. I think I have a wolf on a hidden lair.
Wolves tend to have hidden layers.
There we go. All right. So I guess I'll just do these in initiative order. Dink is first. Dink is at the opening to the right entrance to the kobold lair, and looking down the hallway, Dink notices 2 red, shiny, barrels that have all of the video game signatures of explosions. Aline, what does it sound like as Dink notices these?
Whoa. Barrels.
Thank you. It's like I'm there.
We should have laid some crates around the area so we would complete the...
Some debris.
Yeah.
Or debris.
This area could have been heavy with crates, but no, not you. You've gone for the crate's circular cousin, the barrel. So now I believe Dink is going to motion for Zedric to kind of hang back, and Dink is going to proceed in and attempt to defuse these explosive barrels that you have left blocking the right entrance to the thing. So I guess first off, let me just check. This is where we figure out how traps work together. Do barrels are not hidden, right? They're just, you see them.
Correct.
But they are nondescript, so they
They don't have the video game like symbol for explosion on them.
In fact, we wrote on the side, not exploding barrel.
Yes.
I wrote it.
The rogue is going to attempt to, Dink is going to attempt to disarm these barrels that you have left blocking the passageway. So Dink sneaks up to these.
Do they have to
make sure
disarm them one at a time?
Yeah, I think so, right? It's 2 traps.
Yeah.
It basically says if they walk through the square, then the rogue has a chance at that point to try to disarm.
Yeah, so that's what so this may explode in Dink's face, right?
Yeah, okay.
We're hoping. Or if they have
if
a go
they
at the
fail to
second
disarm
one.
it by 5 or more, the trap detonates.
Yeah. I'm just checking, how does this work for what do I roll?
So if they don't disarm it, they don't disarm it, but not by 5 or more, it's not going to detonate. And
But that doesn't make any sense, because just walking through the square, it seems like it should, the previous text suggested that it should just blow up at that point.
Rogues know how to kind of like maneuver past a barrel.
All right. Also, Dink is
rogue
small. Remember that Dink is small, whereas I think the barrels were mainly an obstacle for medium or larger creatures. All right. So Dink has a +5 with these tools. So Dink is going to roll I believe that I am just rolling a check to see if I can disarm your explosive barrels that you have left here. I was just checking. I don't see anything that would suggest that I have advantage on this or anything like that. So straight up D20 +5. We'll roll. Whoa! Dink opens the adventure with a critical 20 success. So Dink kind of chuckles to himself. Aline. As he effortlessly disarms this first barrel. I think is what just happened. So I think I could just delete this from the map, right?
No, it's just disarmed. We
Yeah.
can still use it.
Okay.
It's
So
still
it's not going to
blocking
explode
the path.
when Dink climbs over it, but
It blocks
But
the
it's still
path
blocking
for
terrain.
large
Yeah, because
creatures.
the trap cannot be disarmed or reset.
Well, resetting means after it blows up.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's
After
very
it's
hard to
gone
put
off.
them back together.
But I'm certain we can arm
but it has just been disarmed by him, correct?
Yeah, but the others can't pass that way.
Okay. Well,
without
I mean,
moving it out of the way. I mean,
without
obviously
moving it out of the way. It's just a barrel. It's not.
That's
You
not
know.
what the thing says. The thing says it's a blocking terrain.
Yeah, I think you can move a barrel. I'm just saying.
It's full of lead.
You can.
It's full of explosives.
It's full of
C4.
explosives
Which are
and lead.
explosives.
Okay, I just want to. I feel like there was some confusion there where people said it couldn't be disarmed, but
Well,
clearly,
So it says if the rogue is the first to encounter the barrel, they can attempt to disarm it before making the saving throw.
and that
If
just
they
happened.
fail to disarm it, the trap detonates.
Yep.
But then it's
in the next
And then
section, it says
below
the
it
trap cannot be
says-
disarmed or reset. So
Yeah.
I think the more
so-
specific wins out over the
Yes.
more vague
Yeah.
in this case.
I think
Okay.
we have a barrel full of paradoxes.
But I would also say that we could presumably rearm this
Yes.
when we return.
I would also say I think he is. Here's I'm applying some, dungeon master logic in here. I think he's basically deactivated, say, the pressure trigger on this barrel. I think it's still a barrel full of explosives, which means that like if one of you attacked it, it would still detonate, right?
Shoot
So
it with a shotgun.
I feel
Yes.
like you can't make an explosive barrel not full of explosives. He just removed the kind of, we'll say, like the pressure motion sensing activity of it. All right,
Right.
exciting things.
I guess the question is, how many kobolds does it take to move an explosive barrel?
It's a
Five.
one. I think you roll it. I
Gingerly
think it's a
move.
one kobold job, right?
Yeah.
Yes,
Uh.
rolling an explosive barrel sounds like a great job.
Sounds
We didn't buy any
totally fine.
minions.
Did
Can
you guys
giant
hire
rats do
any
that?
minions? Yeah.
Maybe a
I-
rat could do
Our
it.
rats
I-
can do it. They just
I
walk
am
on
the-
top.
I don't. All right. Meanwhile, on the west side of the cavern, Dogran the fighter. That's right. I split the party, people. This is what brave adventurers do, not like you filthy cowards. Dogran the fighter kind of thumps his chest and heads into the first entryway here. I suppose he will
Nothing
do a-
suspicious here. I think I'll just walk right into the room.
Thank you. I mean, I guess Dogran has a passive perception of 10, so Dogran glances around. What is the chance that the dart trap, I assume, cannot be noticed with a passive perception of 10, correct?
No.
Clearly,
No,
of
it's
course not.
15.
Obviously not.
It's got a DC 15 for
All right.
detect.
And so Dogran moves into the room. Several kobolds are cowering in the corner. He moves in that direction to slay them mightily. And I believe he has just passed into an area you've designated on the map as being Trap Town, population Dogran.
Yep. So the
Mhm.
trap makes an attack as a free action, and it
Mhm.
does so with
Mhm.
advantage.
Yep.
Who's in charge of this? Is that Trapmaster job?
I can do that.
I'm not a dungeon master here. I control the heroes.
Right. So
Dogran is a tough armored fighter, just to warn you.
So it makes it attack with advantage.
Yeah,
If,
so you
if
roll-
it was not.
So roll twice.
and it's plus
Yeah.
4 to hit.
Yes.
Okay. Well, I can do that. I have rolled an 18 plus 4, 22. And that
All
was,
right.
I could roll again, but I won't.
You do not save. Let me save you your time. Darts fly out of the wall, catching Dogran in the side under his arm. He lets out a fearsome dragonborn yelp.
Wait, did you roll too, James? Because you could still get a crit.
Oh, feel free to roll again and see if you. Get
It's unlikely, but yeah. Well,
Let's
Well,
argue
anyways.
about it for at least a minute.
it was not a crit,
Okay.
Okay.
but I won't tell you what it was.
Gee, I believe I requested a dragonborn yelp, please.
Dragonborn Yelp.
Oh, ow!
All right. What happens to Dogran?
Well, first of all, he loses one D3, whatever a D3 is, hit dice, which I can't wait to see what you do with that.
Do I have a D3 in here? Hold on.
Does such a thing exist?
I think I've got a tube of them somewhere. Dang it, Roll20 does not support this. Random.org.
You can't just do roll 1d3 in the chat?
I don't know. It wasn't in the quick links.
Sure you
Can
can.
someone try it?
There you
I
go.
All
rolled
right.
it.
Ooh, and
So-
Steve, we'll take Steve's roll.
Yep.
Well, yeah. All right.
3.
Right. What happens to him? He loses 3 hit dice.
3 hit dice.
All right. Well, I will
But we're
tell
not
you,
done.
Dogren just,
Wait, there's
Dogren
more.
started the adventure with 5 hit dice. So 3 hit dice. That's a lot of hit dice.
Okay.
Yes.
And then
He is going to take 2d6 damage, poison damage, and then after that is going to have to make a Constitution saving throw. So,
all right, I'll get that Constitution saving throw. Somebody roll that 2d6.
This is a sweet trap.
all right.
That's awesome.
We should have bought
We
more
should
of
have set up
these.
more of them.
Yeah.
He is taking 9 poison damage.
All right. I will
And he
tell
needs-
you, I rolled real bad on my Constitution saving throw.
Uh,
Like
Brilliant.
all of
it was a
this. This is
DC
great.
15 Constitution saving throw. If he
Yeah,
failed,
he got a 2.
I got a
so-
2.
then
2 plus something, but
he is
still not.
he is poisoned for the entirety of the adventure, which
All
I
right.
think he is bad.
That's
Yeah.
a disadvantage on attack rolls and ability checks. For the
Yeah.
rest of the adventure.
Brilliant.
Dogren is, I mean, still, as charismatic as all get out, but all woozy and discombobulated.
I'm
I
broken.
feel great. I'm fine. Nothing to worry
It's
about
just the
here.
flesh.
Thank you, Dogren.
He
All
says,
good.
talking to the wall.
Yeah. Now, remind me, is that poison trap still active, or was that it?
No,
No.
that one.
No, it's still active.
It has to be manually reset.
Yeah, we need to.
Yes.
We'll need to send a squirrel.
Okay.
But
All
we
right.
also can't trigger it. So
Yeah.
Dogren's henchmen linger behind him, wondering if they should have done something differently about that whole situation. All right. Ogden the Pious is our dwarven cleric. I think he's going to wander into this room as well. And he starts slaying kobolds and rummaging around in the various crates and barrels of kobold belongings, looking for treasure. I think that's what he's going to do for his turn. All right. Back on the east side of the caverns, we have a bit of a challenge here. Zedric the Mystical, his owl, and his 2 henchmen are waiting outside the cavern entrance for, I guess, for Dink to give the all clear. He sees Dink dismantle one barrel, and I think this group is basically going to kind of move through and into the main chamber.
If they
through the
walk
space
past
that was,
the other barrel, it will explode.
if they walk past it or through it.
it'll walk through its square.
It's very hard to walk through a square. I'm going to look up.
I think they
barrels
just
again.
walk through the space next to it. So they move into this eastern lobby here and start murdering kobolds.
You sure the
left
rogue
and
doesn't
right.
want to try to disarm that other barrel?
I think that would be the sensible thing to do.
I think the rogue will on its turn. The rogue lingers, waiting to disarm more traps. How's that?
Sure.
Yes. We
All
want
right.
that room to
More,
explode.
more opportunities for explosions.
Yeah, Zedric, do you want to just give us what it sounds like as Zedric just Eldritch blasts kobold children left and right?
I hate these stupid kobolds.
Thank you.
Why you?
Also, the owl. Woo, woo.
Murder!
Murder, let's kill kobolds.
It's
All
like
right.
Harry Potter, except the owls are murdering children.
The Harry
That didn't happen.
Potter,
It's like claws out, blood
Anakin
dripping.
Skywalker
Mm.
Yes.
Yeah.
mashup we never
All right.
wanted.
Rena, the Elven Ranger, is next. I think Rena scampers into this, following in the heels of Dogren and Ogden, into the main chamber. Discovers that Ogden and Dogren and the heroes have already, the henchmen have already murdered dozens of children. And Zendrick, I think, will head north through the double doors here, discovering
Dumbledore.
a pair of
Now we are in a Harry Potter.
conspicuous barrels blocking the way. So, what does Zedric get to do here? Does Zedric have to? Sorry, not Zedric. Rena.
That's Rena.
Yeah. Does Rena have a chance of identifying these barrels of more than nondescript barrels, or no, as not a rogue?
Actually, there's no mention of rogues being able to do anything with the barrels either.
Okay.
Yeah, not the. The
there
poisonous
is. There
barrels.
is. If it was a rogue.
All right.
But
So-
it's
Yeah,
not.
so it says
they
if the trap is in the path of enemies during initial discovery, which is now, every
Now,
creature that
yep.
attempts to pass through its space must attempt either a DC 15 strength or dex. Athletics or whatever. It should be acrobatics, I think, after
Yeah.
dex.
All right. So
Or,
Rena and
or a
Saf-
thieves tool skill check.
Rena and Sarah, the wolf, will attempt to leap over these barrels. So let me just pull up, doing lots of flipping between PDFs here.
Leap. That's not an option.
Rena, well,
Does it
hop,
say-
scamper.
Oh my god, it's totally an option because I am an elf and I can absolutely do these like great acrobatic leaps over whatever this barrel is.
I don't know, man. It says
Rena
blocking
rolled
terrain
a-
to any medium-sized creature. Although
Hush!
oh my.
17 acrobatics check to get over the barrel. How does that do, Barrel Masters?
Yeah, they needed a 15.
Yep.
So like
All
I
right.
totally did like a front flip handspring over the barrels without like making it do whatever it was gonna do. And
Guys.
does my wolf need to roll too?
I think the wolf
Let's
must
kill her first.
The wolf is also going to do an acrobatic
kill
to try and
the
get
wolf.
over the roll. The wolf has rolled a 10 for
The wolf-
acrobatic.
Is not going to like this.
That's not gonna work.
How's this? What happens to a wolf climbing over a barrel of poison?
Unfortunately, every creature within 15 feet of the barrel, including
that includes
Which includes
Rena.
Rena.
must make an immediate DC 15 Constitution saving throw.
Ow.
Rena will roll. Here's Rena's Constitution saving throw. That's an 8.
Nope.
Here's Sarah the Wolf's Constitution saving throw. That's a critical fail.
Okay,
Oh,
they all take 2d6 poison damage and are poisoned for the rest of the adventure.
Oh no! Can you roll
I
that 2d6?
totally feel sick.
It's going well so far.
mhm.
Yeah.
Do they
Such a
take? Do they
brat.
lose? Do they lose hit dice or anything, or just damage?
Just damage.
No
Oh,
hit dice
like-
on this one.
The rogue would have lost a hit die. But,
Yeah, but the others don't. So, oh no, hang on. It says on a failed save, the trap detonates and the triggering creature loses 1 hit die. So the wolf.
oh yeah, this is still discovery. So-
Yeah, this is
Right.
discovery.
Oh yeah.
Let me tell you, that wolf doesn't have hit dice. So
So who wants to poison some people? We need a 2d6 roll for both of them.
I do. I'll roll 2d6.
Can.
I think we'll roll it 2 rolls.
4.
all right.
And I,
So Rena has taken 4 damage, is poisoned, and has seen her wolf destroyed in front of her very eyes.
This
That's rough.
like totally sucks.
It does totally suck.
It was the wolf that did it. So
yeah, it's your own wolf betrayed you.
don't bring your pets on to your workplace.
All right, so one of those barrels
She's not
is-
a pet. She's
up.
clearly my emotional support wolf.
Oops.
How supported do you feel now?
Not very, thanks.
I'm just going to leave a dead wolf here where the barrel was. That seems fair. All
Excellent. Is
right.
It's to climb over it.
that
All right.
difficult terrain now?
No,
It's
a wolf-
extra difficult.
terrain.
For small animals, yes.
Emotionally
I mean-
difficult.
All right. We are back around to the start of the order. That's right. It's still the hero's turn. They have to murder many more kobolds before our adventurers, our kobold people on this podcast return. Don't want to call you heroes. I think we're going to start with Dink. I think Dink is going to try and defuse the other explosive barrel that you left
Dink, dink.
at the front of the thing here.
Okay.
So Dink is going to roll a thievery with +5. Dink has rolled a 19. Dink is rolling well. That is a
Yeah.
20 on the first roll, 19 on the second roll. So both of these barrels are still laden with explosives, but no longer kind of a threat to creatures passing in and around them, right? That having happened, I think Dink will scamper forward into this room, see that Zedric has already murdered most of the kobolds that he was hoping to murder and head north into the next chamber.
Big rogues.
All right.
Stupid tank.
Dogran is the fighter. Is here. He finishes murdering several kobold children and heads north. He, bows his head solemnly at the sight of the poisoned wolf, and then I guess squeezes
Then
past.
inexplicably chooses to go through the square with the other barrel in it. I'm not sure why. It seems like it'd be much easier just to step over the wolf, but he probably...
All right, you know what? Give me a. I think we're gonna do an intelligence check. No, he chooses to not step through the space with
there's
the
a
barrel.
well-known superstition for the Dragonborn that you never step over a recently dead wolf.
All
It has
right,
to be
well,
at least 6 hours dead.
Steve, give me a persuasion check. You're Steve, using your Steve score. You have +2 to persuasion. I'm gonna say I'm Tony. I'm very not easily swayed. I'm gonna say this is a DC 15 to persuade Tony. The Dragonborn are superstitious about wolves.
Sure. Well, that's but an 8, so 10.
All right, I don't believe you.
I believe you.
Let's see, how can I persuade him to give me advantage?
Roll again.
So Dogran passes into the chamber, nods solemnly to Rena, and says something intended to be comforting about her dead wolf.
Sorry about your dead wolf.
Thank you, Steve. And then goes about murdering several kobolds in this room. How's that? Ogden,
You know what would make you feel better? Murdering.
Oh my gosh.
heroic murdering. Ogden, the dwarf, is next. He lingers behind, rooting around for treasure and murdering, making sure the kobolds that Dogran attacked are sufficiently murdered. Zedric and his accomplices are over here. They push north into the next chamber, murdering more kobolds.
I find it highly offensive that the act of murdering kobold families is a free action in this.
Right? I mean, they are children, so
Yeah.
That's true.
You just kind of hold your sword out and they just
Just
run
right
into
into
themselves, basically.
It's
just
one
come out
long
themselves.
line of kobolds just runs right under your sword.
Yeah. Rena
Kobold
continues to
kebab.
murder and search for treasure in this north chamber over here in the northwest. She's still feeling salty about the dead wolf. I think we go back around to the top. Dink is going to head on ahead and try and make sure there's no more traps waiting for the rest of the party. So Dink heads down this passageway, which we know there is a pit trap in. So Dink is a rogue. Dink is going to roll a perception check.
Let me look up pit traps.
Yep, please pull that up.
Probably low.
So it's a
8.
DC
Plus something.
15.
Oh,
Hold on. I did not get a DC 15. So Dink is feeling confident, having disarmed 2 explosive barrels perfectly. Dink is humming to himself and just strutting with all his halfling might. Aline, little humming. And falls into, I believe, or at least enters the area of a pit trap. Trapmaster James, what happens when one enters a pit trap?
They must make an immediate DC 15 dexterity saving throw. On a failed save, they lose a 1d3 hit dice.
The trap flips open under Dink's feet. He kind of runs in midair for a little bit, gets a very good acrobatics check, and clings to the side of the cave, not falling in the pit, I believe.
But everybody else who goes over the pit also will need to make
All right.
check.
Dink calls out to his friends a warning about the pit. It sounds like this.
Hey, I've fallen into a pit and I can't get up.
Except he did get it.
wait a minute.
You did, yeah.
Hang on. He is a halfling medium-sized or small?
Small.
Small. Then he
I
doesn't
think he
activate
might-
it.
Uh,
It's the
Mm.
first
yeah.
medium-sized creature that passes over the area.
All right.
okay,
So
he
we
just- He just
rewind
reaches
that
right
all.
over.
that never happened.
Yep. Dink strides across the pit, oblivious to the peril
No
that he
pits
avoided.
here, he tells
Love
his
it.
friends.
Heads into
Everything's
the.
fine.
Take that,
Perhaps he
Cedric.
stands in the hallway where the pit is, just because he's so comfortable there.
Leaning against a switch on the wall.
Hey,
Come on through this hallway, he says.
It's safe here.
Do a persuasion check on Tony.
Dogrin and his two henchmen arrive in the central chamber. They high five as they murder several more kobold children, feeling great. Dink says something about having only one last place to check for traps south of here. Dogrin is celebratory as he is just caked in kobold blood. Steve, what does that sound like?
Yes, I love kobold blood.
All right.
It's great for the skin or the scales.
Ogden the Pious continues to search for treasure. There's a lot of garbage here in this kobold den. Ogden, any sound effects
Truly,
for
the
us?
real definition of piety is searching through trash soaked with blood.
I mean, isn't that basically what proselytizing is? You're
Well-
going out amongst the trash soaked with blood and trying to.
Zedric and his two
Save them.
henchmen and his owl continue to murder and search for trash in the northeast chamber. Zedric, any comments?
I still hate these stupid kobolds. Die, slash. Woo-hoo.
Rena continues to search and murder kobolds in the northwest chamber. Rena?
Wait, I have a question. Did you say slash? Were you
Yes.
slashing something, or was that just to imply that you and the owl were speaking at the same time?
Oh no! When Zedric slashes and with his whatever weapon, is it a sword?
I think Zedric is a
he's
mystic
like
and
very-
uses a wand, but he says
Slash
slash.
with a wand.
Slash. He's very vocal in his attacks. Slash. Right. Eldritch blasting.
What is a wand
Like,
but a lightsaber?
how do you
really?
do it? I don't understand.
Pew pew.
Yeah,
Pew.
Like,
All right.
Do I get to like say something now that Steve is done talking and like talking about the other people
Please
at my
do.
party? I
Please
just
do.
need to say how much poison really sucks. And I can't believe that my stupid wolf, like made it explode. And now I'm injured too. Like she was supposed to like protect me. And now she's not. And I'm just really mad. So I'm going to kill these kobold babies. I don't feel any better.
That's my
Those
kobold baby
babies.
size. All right. We are back around to the top. Dink is going to head south into a hallway that contains rotating blades. So how do rotating blades work? I assume I'm making a perception check to see the rotating blades before they rotate.
Let's see.
If the trap is not detected and disabled,
Oh,
Any-
and if
I
small
rolled
creatures
I
can
rolled a
move,
2.
and it
But
says any medium-sized creature entering the area.
small
will
creatures
intensity the
can.
trap.
So it's a
Go through
DC
without triggering it.
18
Trigger, and
perception.
it needs an 18.
All right, I rolled a 2. So Dink does not see
Dink
the
is the
blades, but it's
worst.
so small that Dink doesn't trigger them.
Also
I
doesn't
guess.
trigger it.
It's useless
right.
This is
for a chat.
excellent.
And Dink strides into the other chamber, does kind of a fist bump with Ogden and says, all the traps are pretty much taken care of. That sounds like this, Aline.
all safe here. I'm amazing and took care of all the traps.
All right.
So please walk through all of the hallways at will.
Why not go and visit your friends up at the top right?
Mhm.
Several minutes pass.
Central
as the
hallway, which clearly
adventurers-
has no traps.
It's the
The
best way.
adventures-
The other way is full of dead wolves and things.
Yeah.
And
Don't
a
step over them.
really like annoying morning elf because my wolf is dead. I just need to make sure everyone knows my
I said
wolf
sorry.
is dead. Dead.
You just hear
D-E-D.
slash far in the distance.
Well, that concludes our discovery phase of the adventure. Isn't it fun when adventures have phases? So let me just recap here. You murdered a wolf. Uh, Dogran is poisoned and took a significant amount of damage. Dink failed to see 2 traps that are still in play. And Rena took a little bit of damage, but more importantly is poisoned, which will impact her ability to murder all of you. So I think several minutes have passed. The adventurers are just slaying kobolds left and right. When you, the party of kobolds, the champions of the clan, return to the den, I think it's time for you to roll initiative. And you should be able to add your initiative to the turn order.
I got a 12.
I got a 17.
Me too. But it's
13.
Tony has turned into a zeppelin.
Just getting my stand
It's
minute
majestic when that happens.
in. All right. So you've all got your initiative order in there. Let me just resort them. It looks like our adventure will play out this way. It's a very long list of initiative orders. First up will be Zess Nix, played by Aline. Then Dink the Rogue. Then Jesto, played by James. Then Dottie, played by Kathy. Sneck, played by Annette. Dogran, Yubnub, played by Steve. Ogden the Pious, Zedric, and Rena at the end. You can all decide as a group, do you want to enter one side together or split up?
I
I
don't
feel
think-
like
Yeah,
I
we're
feel
pack
like we would
creatures.
I think-
enter, yeah, and we'd enter in the side that doesn't have the explosive
Yeah, I think
thingies.
like
Yeah.
the top people have got to go through 2 traps to get to us. So I think we come in with the annoying Ogden and Dink.
By the way, I didn't hear the little bloop bloop noise, but we did get an achievement. We've managed to kill a henchman with a trap, so plus 10 points for us.
Was that a
Technically, you didn't
henchman?
kill a henchman. It was
What?
a wolf.
A
Come
wolf.
on, that wolf's got to be considered a henchman for purposes of achievements.
All right, bloop bloop. You've killed a henchman. You've
You
killed a
didn't even
hench.
make you roll persuasion.
You've killed a hench wolf with a trap. Yeah, there is a scoring system for this adventure, including I've got on my version a list of secret achievements. Let me just check here if you've completed any secret achievements.
We killed the wolf.
Hidden achievements. Nope. It looks like most of the hidden achievements are not relevant to the discovery phase. All right. So it looks like you have positioned yourselves and your many rats over by the western entryway, the entry that Dogran, Ogden, and Rena went in. Aline, I think you get to go first with Zesnix.
Ooh. Cool. I'm just rereading about the giant rat here. Okay. Now I'm rereading about my cleric. All right.
Reading time.
I
Reading time.
think that sorry, everyone.
Oh, this is just getting ready for my not understanding what I'm going to do. So you're
It's just-
fine.
There's so much information in this. Like it's just a lot to process all at once. 3, 4. Well, how squishy am I? I'm not super squishy. All right, so I'm gonna come in around the
All right.
corner.
You
Now,
head
I
down
would-
the tunnel, just thinking everything is fine.
Well,
When as you head down the tunnel, you notice there's just like a kind of a small trickle of kobold blood spilling from the entryway, the main foyer ahead. As you turn the corner, there's a fearsome dwarven cleric and a sneaky looking halfling rogue standing over just a mountain of kobold corpses.
And I think I let out a yelp of distress and yell intruders, so that the rest of my party knows that something weird is happening.
We'll assume you yell that in Draconic. So the word intruders in Draconic sounds like this.
Yubnub.
Intruders!
And I think I'm gonna pull out my crossbow and I don't know that I would take a lot of time to assess. So I'd probably aim at the person closest to me, which
That looks like Ogden the cleric.
Agreed. So I'm gonna aim at Ogden the cleric. That is a 23 to hit.
Ogden is basically looking at you as if you are not a threat, and your crossbow bolt catches him right in the shoulder.
Okay. That is 10 points of damage.
All right. Now I need to check, how does damage work with hit dice? I don't totally know how hit dice work in this scenario.
Yeah, the fact that hit dice exists suggests that you're able to take a short rest, but I assume that's not the case. So
It's meant to like add a level of believability that these are long-term heroes.
I'm not sure, because your traps did damage to their hit dice.
Yeah.
right.
Okay.
Right.
I'm just going to apply the damage to this cleric for now. I'm sorry, how much damage was that, Aline? 12? Is what you said? Or no? I don't remember the number.
Let's go with 12. That sounds good.
James.
I think it was 10.
I think it was
Okay.
actually 10.
All right. Crossbow bolt right in the arm. Ogren, I think, gruts. Ogren.
You ungodly creature! He's
all
all
right.
about the god.
Anything else, Zesnix?
No, I don't think so.
All right. Dink the rogue is next. Dink sees you there at the entryway, Zesnix, and I think Dink is probably gonna. This is the place where I'm now managing 5 characters. Everything is great. Dink, I think, is going to throw. Dink has 2 daggers. Way to be prepared, Dink. And is going to throw a dagger at you, Zesnix. So, wow, Dink is my lucky rogue. I've rolled a 23, which I'm just going to assume hits you. You take 5 piercing damage, Zesnix, as a dagger catches you like in the stomach.
Ow.
Yep, that does it.
All right. Jesto, Trapmaster of the clan, is next.
Well, Jesto is a very paranoid person, so every morning when he gets up, he does infuse both his armor and his crossbow with his artificer skills. So I have +1 AC and +1 to hit and damage on my crossbow. But yeah, that happened a long time ago. I think I'm hearing the sounds of combat, and I will just pop round a corner, and I don't like the look of that Dink. I just have this instinctive feeling,
Dink?
I'm so
He's got
connected.
shifty eyes.
I'm so connected to all my traps. I know that he has disarmed a few, so I'm going to shoot him with a crossbow.
Not as many as he thinks.
Yeah, but he's still cocky. Okay.
In mind that dart trap that they're right in front of, there could be reactivated by you as well.
Yeah, well, I think that could be. I
As it
believe
seems
it's a
like the
bonus.
cleric-
It's a bonus action to rearm the trap if you're next to
I
it.
think you have to be within a certain number of feet of it. So.
Yeah, but I think like a little squirrel could do that quite easily. I rolled a 23 to hit, Mr. Dink.
Oh, Dink gets totally caught by surprise.
Yes, you thought
Yes.
we were just a bunch of savages, but no. He takes 1d8 plus 3 damage, and that is 9.
Okay.
So, if we reactivate that trap, it
Be
is.
mindful of creatures versus.
Yeah, I was gonna
is that
say,
one we can walk by.
We might not want to reactivate that as we are all on the other side of it. So instead, I think Pesto.
Well, if you reactivate it and then they trigger it, or you trigger it, which is something you can do, then we don't have to worry about it.
Yeah, but they need to be like in that line of fire.
Well, I suspect that cleric is probably going to close with you guys at its first opportunity. So this
All
is your
right.
chance.
All right.
But it says you have to be adjacent to the trap, and I don't know if that means you got to be down by the wall where the trap is.
I
would
would
say you
assume
would.
that's probably the case.
That's where Jason starts.
Okay.
So I don't know if you've got that opportunity or not.
I think Pesto is going to. Can I move a bit, do a bonus action, move a bit more, and do an action? Okay. I've the thumbs up from Tony there. So Pesto is
Quality podcasting while I'm eating an animal.
Yes.
was it squirrel shaped?
No.
So that trap is now active again, and Pesto gives a little sort of thumbs up. Do squirrels have thumbs?
Yes.
No.
Yes,
Yeah.
they do.
Probably shakes its tail in a communicative way. I mean, this is a robot; it could actually speak, but for the purposes of the podcast,
Well,
it's
that
not going
robot probably has thumbs.
Yes,
because
if you're
if
going to
you're
build a
making
robot
a
squirrel, you
robot-
make sure it
Yeah,
has thumbs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm.
Or it has a little like the eyes flip up and it has a little sign that says safe. Safe.
And then I think Pesto is just going to go straight for Dink's jugular because
Oh no.
Wait, is he going to walk across the trap?
no, he
To do that?
when he reactivated it here, he then kept going.
Also, does a small rat activate a
It's not
trap?
a rat; it's a squirrel.
Small squirrel, robot squirrel activates the
Yes,
trap?
I think squirrels are perfectly capable.
Well, or he like just was
Yeah.
on this side of the trap when he
I
activated
think you
it
could
and then
say that.
didn't have to fix it.
Yeah. This is where we all look at how does that trap work?
Because it's
What-
creatures, not size.
Yeah, we'll say that Pesto was able to do that.
Okay. So yeah, as a steel defender,
Mm-hmm.
a force empowered rend to the jugular of one Dink the Rogue.
Mm.
And that is, I have rolled 22 to hit. Would that hit? Mr.
Dink the Rogue's armor class is significantly less than 22.
And then it's a 1d8 plus 2 force damage,
Roll it.
which is an 8.
1d8 plus 2 is an 8. Got it. All right. Dink is in serious trouble. A robot squirrel has chewed at his jugular. He calls out for help. It sounds something like this. Ellie.
Oh, sorry. Help me.
But just imagine that with blood spurting
Yeah.
out the jugular.
Help me. All right. Big turn for Jesso. Dottie, you are in the tunnel leading into your lovely cave system, where the only home you know.
Oh no. Okay.
Someone has set up a trap that blocks you from going anywhere.
Yes. What a great thing. However, let's see, what is the rate? 30 Yes. Okay. So I would like to do cast Bane on both of those characters because I have +1 target. So both Ogden and Dink, I will do the Bane, which sounds like, why do dwarves hunt dragons in the morning? Because the early beard gets the worm. And it's such a terrible, terrible joke that they are now baned.
Do they get to make a charisma check to not get this? Or
I guess.
okay.
DC 12, I think. Charisma.
All right. Let me just check. Dink has +3 to charisma, so Dink will go first. Dink is lucky and has never let me down ever. Dink rolled a 3. Dink has been 8. Ogden has a +1 to charisma. Ogden, I am not invested in it at all. Ogden has rolled a 4, +1 is 5. They are both Bane.
Excellent.
Yes.
Excellent.
So Bane, remind me, Bane hurts their ability checks and attack rolls?
And their souls.
Yeah.
And their souls.
Whenever a target that fails this, makes an attack roll or a saving throw before the spell ends, the target must roll a d4 and subtract the number rolled from the attacked roll or the saving throw.
So you have placed a kobold hex upon them, and they will be slightly inconvenienced whenever they try to do anything via attack or make a saving throw of the kind that one might do while, say, navigating traps.
Yeah.
All right. All set, Daddy?
Yes, Princess is going to stand next to me and just look sad.
Okay. Snack, you're next.
Well, Snack is going to kind of rush through to the front here and might have gone through the trap because I forget things. But Jesto probably grabs me and I get out my crossbow and I aim for that little Dink who also I feel has a smug face.
Mm-hmm. Oh, so
And
smug.
Smug covered in blood.
I rolled a 11.
11 to hit.
Yes.
All right, your crossbow bolt whizzes through the air, nowhere near Dink.
Does that mean it went through the air close to Ogden? I mean, I'm just like...
No, it went through other air.
Oh, okay. Just
It
checking.
passed neatly between them.
Yes.
It did not trigger the trap either.
Because it's not a
Deadly.
creature.
And that is my turn.
All right. It looks like we are around to Dogran the fighter. Dogran is up in the central northern chamber of the kobold dens. He is rooting around and says,
Did I hear something?
"Oh,
Must have been
yeah.
the wind.
Perhaps Dogran will send his henchmen to go investigate as he continues pillaging." Perhaps, Steve.
Well, what am I
Perhaps-
supposed to do with that?
I don't know. Just say something about sending your henchmen. Go investigate.
Oh, perhaps I will send my henchmen instead of me. For whenever I hear what I believe to be the wind and not a halfling calling out for help, I always send the henchman first.
All right. The henchman heads south into a room with horizontal blades.
Are they large henchmen? Yeah, they're humans, right?
They're medium henchmen.
Okay.
Remind us what happens when henchmen enter a room with horizontal blades.
If the trap is not detective, hang on.
It's not a detective. We're safe.
That's
Yep.
the initial discovery phase up there. So
Yeah.
And they are not. They think that everything is safe. They are not looking for traps. The
so
word I'm
it's
using here is blunder. They blunder into the hallway.
automatic activation. So,
Mhm.
causing it to immediately make an attack as a free action. So it's
With
It's not
advantage.
detected.
yeah, it's not detected.
It's
It's
detective
advantage.
or detected.
It's
The world's greatest detection.
So +6 to hit.
Yeah. all medium-sized targets within 10 feet, and then it's 4d6 slashing damage.
46.
46.
So it has a range on it. So it's possible if the two henchmen are anywhere in vicinity than each other, they're both going to get attacked. Is that what I'm hearing?
I believe that is.
It's a 10 feet.
10 feet.
Yeah, it's a
cube
10 feet
of blades.
All right, I decided they're not walking kind of shoulder to shoulder, but they are walking within 10 feet of each other. These are which henchmen? This is Barnabas and Marion. Please get emotionally invested in them now.
Okay, so I got
Not Barnabas.
Barnabas and Marion scurry off, and Barnabas is leading the way. Barnabas heads into the kobold hallway here and steps on a part of the tunnel and hears a distinctive click noise, followed by the sound of like a saw blade spinning up.
So it's plus 6 to hit. I'm assuming I'm
Master.
going to roll individually for the two of them.
Yeah, roll individually.
Okay.
With advantage.
With advantage.
Wait, is it with advantage because they don't
Yeah,
know it's there?
'cause they
All
don't
right.
know it's there.
Yeah, okay.
All right.
Well, that was a 3, so I'm glad we're rolling with advantage. It would have been plus 6, but still.
Yep.
And that is a 19 plus... did I say plus 6? Yes.
Six. So
24
25 for Barnabas.
Yeah.
All right.
I-
And roll for Marion.
Okay, and this is, well, it was a 7, which is not great. And that is a 17 plus 6, so yes.
All right, roll damage.
All right, I'm going to need some more dice, actually.
Or feel free to use the fancy app made by Peacock.
Now,
Called
this
What would that
Dice.
app be called,
Dice.
Kathy Campbell?
With special agents of Smooch Dice now.
Ooh, yes.
this is all going to get edited out.
It's here for the true fans.
Yeah, okay, hang on. I need to find some more d6s.
I just see X's over them already.
They only have one hit point. Don't tell James.
Look, let me have this.
We want to know how super dead they are.
Okay,
dead
16
henchmen
damage
now.
for the first one. And
This is just to
8.
find out how small the cubes are that they've been turned
Right.
into.
13 damage for the second one. So,
All right.
you know that scene in, I think it's the Resident Evil film where the laser comes in and then cuts
Yes.
them into cubes? It's that.
And Barnabas is like, I made it, and then Barnabas slides into. All right, Barnabas and Marianne have been reduced to traditional kobold salsa. I think that no one else is aware that this happened.
They can't identify the cubes. So anyone who comes through will just be like, oh, that must be kobold
Oh, it looks like
bits."
kobold.
It
Yeah.
depends
Yeah,
on how
there
many of
is-
the teeth are intact, I think.
Yeah, there is a huge mess as two henchmen have just been sliced and diced here. Do the horizontal blades, are they now activated, or do they like go back and hide?
No,
How
they
does that work?
are. They keep going. So
Okay.
they will
Are
retract
they
into the
visible
wall.
though? Okay.
No, they're now active again.
Okay.
We should
I
have
would
just
say
had.
that.
I was just gonna say we should have had blades everywhere.
I will
Poison,
say I think
poison.
that other people might have a chance to be wary of this hallway given the amount of guts.
Look, could you
strewn
tell
about
the
the place.
difference between the guts of a human and the guts of a kobold? Really?
Oh yeah,
true.
kobolds are filthy and purple.
Wow.
Excuse me.
I showered this
Um,
week. Thank you very much.
All right. Well, that was Jogren's turn. He sent his two henchmen to die. Yubnub, I think you are next.
Sweet. So what were we out doing before we returned to the cave?
We're
You
walking
were
our rats.
scrounging for supplies and walking your rats, making sure they got exercise.
Okay, so most likely I would not already have my mage armor activated for that activity.
I think you would. If you were,
I would say that you're out doing stuff. Sure. I don't
yeah,
know.
I mean, like,
without your mage
there's a
armor.
lot of danger out there if you're a kobold. So that's why
That's a
I
fair
do
point.
my armor.
And you know what? I actually have the ability to use that on myself at will without expending anything, although it does take an action. So it seems like I would do it for every single activity that I ever
I
do
think
in
it's
my
just
entire
like
life,
you put on your
including
coat,
eating.
right?
Yeah.
Okay. So mage armor's already active, so that's great. So yeah. So Yubnub will obviously there is something amiss based on the screams.
And the
So
bad
Yubnub will
jokes.
come around the corner.
And
Wicket
Zesnik
trailing in his
saying,
wake.
Intruders.
Yes, I sense that there may be intruders present. And seeing that there are 2 intruders and a whole pile of corpses, and also pestos over there, so I don't want to use an area effect spell.
Ideally.
That would be bad.
Depends. How much does Yevnub like pesto?
Pesto is the one who can reset the traps. So
I was going to say we want our
Pesto.
traps master.
That's true.
Yeah, shoot, oh, wait, maybe this will work. 1 second. That's a 30-foot range. And the creature is large or smaller. Okay, so here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to, as a bonus action, cast Hex. And I'm going to cast it upon the cleric. Let's see what that means. I will do extra damage if I hit him with an attack, but also I get to choose an ability that he has disadvantage on checks. I'm not sure that really comes into.
Can you get doubly disadvantaged?
No,
already...
but
because
Bane
it's already
and
baned.
Hex are Bane is different than disadvantage. It's a minus a number.
Oh, that's right.
So
okay, so never mind. So he can be baned and hexed. Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One of them is disadvantage. One of them is an inconvenience. So
Amazing.
I mean that's bad. That's not. You don't want to be there.
So this is just on ability checks, which is not quite as exciting as say saving throws, but I'll just say strength because I'm not sure what else ability wise he'd be trying to do except maybe like shake off a grapple or something. So okay, so that continues on for up to an hour. And having done that, I will cast a cantrip known as, is it a cantrip? I better check. Yep, known as Thorn Whip. So a long vine-like whip covered in thorns lashes out towards the clerical fellow. So I need to make a melee spell attack, which, where is my, it's +4, it looks like. And I rolled a 1, so it does nothing, but it looks cool. Suddenly there's a waving vine with thorns attached.
We're just luring them into the trap with our wiles.
But the hex continues, so at least I got that done, which is nice. And I'm going to tell my rat protege to just hang tight in the hallway here for a while. So he won't do anything this turn.
All right. I think Ogden is next. Ogden looks around. He sees that Dink has taken a serious robot squirrel attack to the throat. And I think Ogden, being a cleric, is going to try and help his friend, his heroic. Let's see. Ogden could either do a healing word or a cure wounds. I think cure wounds is even better. Cure wounds is better. So Ogden approaches Dink, places a hand on Dink's little shoulder, and says something inspiring.
Does Pesto get an opportunity attack since he's walked past Pesto?
No, you don't. He is not. I don't think he has walked past.
He has to walk out of his reach.
Yeah, he'd have to leave Pesto's reach to be to provoke. So, let's see. What is Ogden's spellcasting modifier? You know what's fun is running 5 player characters at once.
You're doing great, Tony.
I think it's a D8 plus 4.
You know, we were trying to help you with that by killing Dink, and you're like, no.
You're like, no, let's save him.
It's true. Wow, I rolled an 8 on a D8, so Dink regains 12 hit points.
Oh.
Dink is feeling pretty good.
It'll just be more fun when we kill him again.
And I believe that's probably his action, right? Yeah, casting spells as an action. So that is what Ogden does, but maybe Ogden encourages Dink to go get help. Ogden. James.
I was just trying to think of
seamless.
Once it's edited, this is going to be like just
it's
brilliant.
So good, so tight.
So good. Thanks.
All that
Erica.
thing I thought up to say. Dink, go get help.
Perfect. All right.
I will handle these Godless fools. There we go. That's better.
Rena of the Woods is next. Rena, I think you hear the sounds of battle, and you are pissed because these filthy monsters murdered your wolf. And I think Rena is going to come around the corner here, and something's going to happen.
Oh my god, stay away from my friends.
So,
remind me how this dart trap works as Rena enters the area that you've designated as dart trap.
so we're past...
Now, I think Rena is aware that there was a dart trap there before, so it's probably not within.
She wasn't there when
She
it
wasn't
was
there. She
triggered.
never saw it.
No, yeah.
Or was she? No,
I
she
think
was.
she was right behind Dogan.
That
Yeah.
was when they first walked in.
Oh,
so.
that's right. Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
So, I mean, I think you just don't have advantage on that attack.
fair enough. So I think it's just basically it automatically triggers, and it's a ranged weapon attack plus 4
All right.
to hit. So I have rolled 14 plus 4. That's an 18.
That'll hit Rena.
She takes 2d6 poison damage.
She's already poisoned conveniently.
Yes.
Haha! You can't poison me again.
Can't double poison.
Well, she takes 12 poison damage.
That really hurts.
And
I'll-
I like totally also have to make an immediate DC 15 Constitution saving throw.
No, 'cause
Yeah.
you're already poisoned.
Yeah,
So
but
just-
do
Oh.
it anyway, because I want you to be double poisoned. Is somebody gonna...
And now Rena has wandered into this trap, so that's not great. So I think Rena is going to be real pissed at all of you. And I think this is the place where Rena pulls out her longbow that she has been murdering targets with, and is going to fire a twin strike at 2 targets. And I see Sneck and Zesnix up in the front row. So 2 longbow attacks. Rena has +7 to hit. She's very good. First attack is Sneck. Second is Zesnix. I have rolled a 16 and a critical fail. I feel pretty good about that 16. Sneck?
Does not hit.
Really? You're a kobold.
Yes. Sneck has armor. You have to hit harder.
Okay. So the arrow plinks off your meticulously crafted kobold armor. You can make good armor with those tiny little hands. And so that brings us to the end of a round of combat, a very long round involving all kinds of adventurers, heroes, characters, and robot squirrels, as well as some traps. Let us look back on some fond times, such as that time that those henchmen got totally murdered and no one saw it. That time that Dogran, instead of doing anything, ordered people to their death. And that time that a squirrel reactivated a dart trap to hurt a ranger. I think I skipped Cedric in there somehow. Is that true?
Yeah,
I totally
I think
skipped
Cedric.
You totally did.
All right. Zedric also wants to join. All right, so I was going to start wrapping up the episode. We're not going to do that. Zedric wants to join the action. He's going to order his henchmen ahead of him, who are going to stride purposefully down this hallway, thinking that there are certainly no traps here. What happens to a henchman that wanders into a pit trap?
Okay, concealed pit. So we're out of the initial discovery phase.
Yep.
First medium-sized creature that passes over the area where the trap is located activates it, causing the
Check.
false floor to collapse into a 10-foot deep pit. Immediate DC 15 dexterity saving throw.
All right. Henchman has +1 to dexterity. I've rolled a 2, which modifies to a 3.
Excellent.
On a failed save, they lose either 1d3 hit dice, if triggered during the initial discovery phase, which it's not, or take 2d6 bludgeoning damage.
All right. This was
Ex-henchman.
our next to last henchman. This was Justice. Justice plummets to her death, and there's a sickening crunch noise from the bottom of the pit as she lands not the way you want to land in a pit. And Zedric and the final last remaining henchman pour all of your hopes and dreams into Hubert. Having assessed this, decide maybe we should go the other way, and we'll head south.
Well, those
all right.
horizontal blades are still active.
Those, it turns out, were placed in a very good location.
Well done, Steve.
All right. So, adventurers, heroes, listeners, everybody, I think this brings us to the end of one episode of Total Party Kill. Obviously, there's still more death and mayhem ahead, but tune in next time to see how many kobolds must die before our adventurers
0.
loot their bodies. No, you're all going to die.
0.
Like, all our families are
None.
dead.
Yeah.
I mean, quite a lot of kobolds
Build
did
with
die.
righteous kobold justice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that's where the episode is over. That's a Scott McNulty ending there. So we're done.
I shall
Tune in next time for more traps and tribulations here at Total Party Kill. The end.